What's good, everybody? How we doing? This is 20 things you didn't know about Steph Curry. Let's get into the video.
Curry doesn't tell anyone. Near-death car crashes,
Oh, shit.
weird pre-game rituals, and a disease that's making him go blind.
But until this week, no one knew that Steph Curry has been battling deteriorating eyesight.
Nah,
These
I don't
are
believe
20
that.
things you didn't know about Steph Curry. And for number 20, there's no way you knew that. Before the NBA, Steph Curry was a YouTuber. Yeah, in 2007,
Word?
while Steph was in college, him and his boy started a YouTube channel where they posted nothing but bangers.
Their Sunday brunch is golden rule, and last night's girl thinks you're a tool.
Oh wow, that looks so tasty.
Bro, I had no idea that Curry had a YouTube channel. That's crazy, man. That things really worked out for him, man. I'd say that. Could you imagine if he was still doing YouTube? That would fucking suck.
Damn, our boy was a YouTube star. But these days, he's on a whole new level. In fact, for number 19, I bet you didn't know that the most expensive basketball card in the world is
No.
of Steph Curry.
What?
This is Steph's rookie logo, man. And with only one of these cards in existence, in 2021, it was sold for a ridiculous
What?
$5.9 million.
Bro, I've never really been into like NBA player cards or any of that stuff. Typically, when I was younger, I was into like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit. I don't know who is the lucky person to have Steph Curry's rookie player card, but that guy's about to make some serious bank.
The most a basketball card has ever sold for.
Wow.
But hey man, Steph Curry's worth it. Cause for number 18, you probably didn't know that Steph is so good at basketball that he literally broke NBA 2K. See, in 2015, Steph was shooting an insane 45% from 3. So when developers put him in 2K16, his in-game character was hitting half-court bombs.
It was
like
fucking-
it was nothing.
it was
making
OD, bro.
gamers around the world freak out.
OD.
From deep three-point range.
Bro, if you shortly rages after. But if you're choosing Golden State in that crazy season he was shooting at that percentage, we can't be friends anymore. 2K nowadays is absolute trash. It's just trash. They don't do anything to improve it except for add more sweat on the players. I can't stand it. It's broken! This game broken! It's broken! Is
Now,
that
Steph may
Cash
have been
Nasty?
terrorizing 2K, but he's done some people even worse. Cause for number 17, there's no way you knew that Steph cost Under Armour hundreds of millions of dollars.
Ow.
In 2016, Steph was hyping up his latest signature sneaker, the Curry 3s, thinking they'd be the hottest shoe the game's ever seen. But when fans got their first look, they hated them, calling the shoes ugly, overpriced,
They don't look
and
good at all,
overrated.
honestly.
And when the Curry 3s finally dropped, the CEO of Foot Locker admitted that the shoes were selling terribly.
The Foot Locker
Jeez.
CEO Dick Johnson said Friday,
I wonder if the players actually have any say on how the shoes actually come out, though. I would spend the time to really go in and design my shoes, make it look stylish, comfortable. Some of these shoes be looking so ugly.
What the hell?
softer than expected, and that sent the shares tumbling. Under Armour lost about $600 million in market
600
value.
million.
Yeah, they lost $600 million. That is just crazy. Oh, what's
Damn.
even crazier is number 16. Cause you may not have known that Steph has the weirdest training routine in NBA history. See, back in 2012, Steph wanted to take his game to another level.
that Lakers
so
team.
he adopted an experimental training routine that is just weird. From wearing
is that?
strobe light goggles to jumping in sensory deprivation tanks, Steph was looking like a damn science experiment. But it worked.
What does that
Because
actually
he became
do?
quicker and more accurate on the court, averaging 8 more points per game the very next season. Man, when it comes to being the best, this man Steph was
That type of technology isn't very surprising. Listen, when you are an NBA player, they have a ton of different type of high-end athlete performance machines that's supposed to make you play better. If you're at this level, I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a fucking hyperbolic time chamber, man.
But believe it or not, for number 15, there's one thing that Steph's even better at than basketball: singing.
Nah.
James, I noticed that you think you can.
Bro, he sounds like that one guy. I cannot remember his name, man.
Girl, that just makes my head wanna twirl. Oh, you got me.
I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look him up and put him in this video, but I can't remember this dude's name. His name's like Fisher or something like that. It's like, beautiful girl. That's what that sounded like, man. Dog, Steph Curry gotta stick to basketball, man.
Sing. This is the remix with Steph and Curry.
That shit's beautiful, man.
No, it's not.
I can't say the same for number 14, because you probably never knew that. Steph Curry almost died. See, in 2018, Steph was behind the wheel of his Porsche Panamera, cruising down Highway 24 in Oakland, when all of a sudden, a silver Lexus cut in front and ran him off the freeway. In the blink of an eye, Steph's car was totaled, leaving him stranded on the side of the highway.
Bro.
But luckily, everyone walked away from the scene with no injuries, and Steph was just grateful to be alive. Man, something like that will really make you appreciate life. And that's exactly why in number 13, Steph is spending millions of dollars saving an entire city. See, in 2019, Steph launched the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation, a charity that is giving back to the kids of Golden State. Steph's charity has already raised over $15 million, all for the kids of Oakland.
Steph Curry, man.
It's so inspirational, bro.
Now for number 12, you probably knew that Steph broke the record for the most threes of all time. But what you didn't know is that he turned the shoes he wore that night into his very own NFT, the Curry Genesis Flows.
Wow.
And at $333 each, these NFTs sold out, raising over $1 million, all for charity.
Strangely enough, I don't really hear anybody talk about NFTs anymore because it came in like this huge wave. Everybody was talking about NFTs. Celebrities were getting these weird looking monkeys, and you know, a few people that you might know, a couple of entrepreneurs were getting NFTs. Then all of a sudden, it's just been really quiet. So I don't know if NFTs really popped off like they, I guess, anticipated, but I don't really hear about it too much anymore.
For number 11, I bet you didn't know that 5-year-old Steph was in a Burger King commercial.
That's not
Dad,
really surprising.
I get to be so big.
Oh, yo, I actually saw this commercial.
What's it take to be a great basketball player like you?
Well, you really gotta want it. You gotta taste it. You gotta be able to smell it. I mean, you really gotta be hungry for it.
Dad, can we go to the Burger King? I am really hungry.
From Burger King
That's adorable.
to 3-Point King. Man. But alright, dog, we're entering the top 10. So, things are about to get even crazier, because I bet you didn't know that Steph Curry, the greatest shooter in NBA history, might go blind. Yeah.
This for
For
real?
the first 10 years of his career, everything seemed fine. Steph was hitting threes, making passes, and becoming a GOAT. But in 2019, he discovered something horrifying.
Curry has a genetic disease called keratoconus. About 1 in 2,000 people suffer from it.
The reason I found out I couldn't see very well is because our GM, Bob Myers, saw me on TV one time just squinting, looking at the scoreboard, and he came up and asked me, he's like, can you actually see? And I was like, no, I just see the color orange really well.
This disease, it makes your vision worse and worse, has no cure, and if left untreated, can leave you blind.
Oh,
so the
shit.
only thing Steph could do was get contacts, and hope his eyesight doesn't get any worse. But hey, at least he's got people he can lean on.
He's got to be super relieved that that didn't get any worse to the point where it ruined his career, because if you can't see, man, you can't fucking play. So that's a huge bullet he definitely dodged, man.
I don't think you knew that Steph's biggest fan is LeBron James. See, back in 2008, LeBron was watching Steph ball out in the NCAA tournament, and he was so impressed
I remember this
that
video,
after
though.
the game, he introduced himself and gave Steph the gift of a lifetime.
I don't know how people knew this. He gave me a jersey when I was in high school. When I was in college at Davidson, and I still have it on the wall at my parents' house back in Charlotte.
Wow.
And he wrote it like to the king of basketball in North Carolina.
and signed it and all that.
I just wonder, did LeBron James ever think that Steph Curry would become this good? Because they've had so many like heated playoffs and finals appearances, and you can even argue that Steph Curry really changed the landscape of the game when he came into the NBA, because nobody was shooting threes like Steph Curry, bruh. I mean, you might see somebody shoot a shot like that when the clock is going down and they have to put up a shot, but Steph Curry consistently shoots threes from the fucking parking lot, and it's unbelievable.
For number 8, I bet you had no idea that Steph is the first NBA player to design shoes for girls. See, back in 2018, Steph got a letter in the mail that broke his heart. It was a 9-year-old fan, upset that his latest signature shoe wasn't made in girl sizes. Look at Curry, man, out here grabbing W's. But number 7 was a massive
pretty wholesome.
Because there's no way you knew that. Steph got banned from buying his own sports team. In 2018, Steph saw that his favorite NFL team, the Carolina Panthers, were up for sale. So he started making some calls and reaching out to investors, until eventually he teamed up with Diddy and NBA owner Michael Rubin to put together an offer to buy the Panthers for $2 billion. And with a number like that, it seemed like the deal was done. But at the very last second, the deal was shut down by none other than the NBA. Because apparently, they thought an active player buying a team with an NBA owner was a conflict of interest. So with that, the team was sold to another group, leaving Steph's dreams crushed. Now,
I wouldn't
for
say
number
exactly
6,
crushed, but that's
bet you didn't know that
unfortunate.
Steph designed one of the ugliest cars in the world. Yeah. In 2019, the people at Infiniti hired Steph to shoot a car commercial. And the idea behind the ad was that Steph would design the ugliest car he could think of just to prank his friend.
You know, my relationship obviously with Infiniti goes back a couple years now, and they gave me the opportunity to put my fingerprint on the concept car.
Let's see what you're talking about.
Here we go.
Oh my God, that's so bad. That is so terrible.
Whoa.
This joint right here.
Yo. This the future for real.
Now look.
He wants to roast it so bad, but he's being super nice. I'm like, yo, Curry, are you serious?
Clearly, Steph's a creative, but you definitely didn't know about his latest project. Cause for number 5, Steph is creating his very own cartoon. Yeah, you might have seen Steph appear in an episode of Family Guy, but what you probably missed
Bro, I didn't even
is that
know he was on Family Guy.
In 2020, Steph announced he was teaming up with Family Guy creator Seth MacFarlane to
What?
reboot the class.
Are you serious? Oh my God. I can't escape Family Guy. I can't escape. Family Guy is literally everywhere. Don't get me wrong, people. It is fun. It's a funny show. It's a funny show, but my goodness. I just find it funny that I'm doing a completely unrelated video to Family Guy. And Family Guy appears in the 20th thing you don't know about Steph Curry. I think that's pretty funny. I don't know.
Classic 70s sitcom. Good
Jesus.
times.
Seth MacFarlane, Steph Curry, Good Times reboot? Huh? I asked myself the same questions, but we doing it. We wanted to bring the Good Times show back and bring some of the hilarity, some of the good conversations, and animate it. So who better to work with than Seth MacFarlane?
And there's no official release date yet, but it's been in production for a couple of years. So hopefully it comes out pretty soon. But in the meantime, we've got to talk about number 4. See, there's one sport that Steph loves a little too much: golf.
If I'm on the bench, dead ball or something.
What's up with this music?
A swing tip might pop up in my head. It's not good. I'm haunted by it. That's what my wife says, I'm haunted.
You know, I'm starting to think Steph's got problems. But anyways,
like it.
we're entering the top 3.
I'm terrible at golf.
You're about to see a whole new side of Steph you've never seen before. Cause I bet you didn't know about the time that Steph sparked a worldwide controversy. See, back in 2018, Steph was on an episode of Winging It with Vince Carter and some friends. And it was here that, out of nowhere, Steph dropped a bombshell.
We ever been to the moon?
Nope.
They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. I'm conspiracy. Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Steph said we've never been to the moon, sending the internet into a frenzy.
Was Steph Curry joking when he said he doesn't believe Americans landed on?
Oh my God, they really made this a big deal. Honestly, I'm not a really big conspiracy person, but I mean, I would like to think we did really land on the moon. Now, what gets me is when people say the Earth is flat. I can't take it seriously. That's where you lost me.
I don't think this is funny, actually. Like, we can laugh at it, but I don't think it's funny.
It happened. The moon landing happened.
And when the people over at NASA heard, well, they were pissed. So they called up Steph and had a little conversation.
Are you serious?
It's been one of those kind of situations where...
Bro, why does anybody care that Steph Curry said that? NASA's like, we gotta really set this straight. Steph Curry, I can't believe you said this thing. Who cares, man?
2, you might not have known that Steph became best friends with Obama. And it started in 2015.
Best friends is a
Steph
strong
met
word.
Obama at a White House charity event. And from the jump, the two hit it off. So much that over the next few years, they became best friends. From doing commercials, giving speeches, hell, even golfing together. But one thing you didn't know about Steph Curry is that the Golden State Warriors almost traded him. See, early in his career, Steph was showing a lot of potential. Winning Rookie of the Month 3 times, making the All-Rookie First Team. Hell, he even won the Sportsmanship Award. But in 2012, things took a turn for the worse. Because Steph was constantly getting hurt, needing 2 ankle surgeries and missing over half of his third season.
2 ankle surgeries?
So, the executives at Golden State started wondering, is Steph Curry really that guy? And when they got a call from the Bucks asking to trade for Steph Curry, they had their finger on the trigger, ready to get rid of him if the price was...
Imagine. Ooh, that'd be nice. That would be a sick team.
But at the very last second, one man stepped in to save the day. Steph's coach, Mark Jackson.
So Coach Jackson pulled me out at the locker room. He's like, yo.
By the way, Mark Jackson doesn't get enough credit for the success of this team. This team was actually built when Mark Jackson was the coach. Then Steve Kerr took over, then the rest is history. But they really took a liking to Mark Jackson, I think. So he has a lot of credit for this team and their success.
I let you know, like, they wanted you in the trade. But I kind of stepped in too and said, I'm going to give you the keys. I felt like I really believe in you. We just got to get you healthy. And that's what the rest of the season going to be about. So, you know, his line, don't make me a liar.
Don't make me a liar.
And so that was when it was like trade happened and like, oh, by the way, that could have been you type vibe all at the same time.
Damn.
Crazy day. I'll never forget that moment.
For Steph, this was the day that
had even
changed
more pressure
everything.
to perform
Because
well.
instead of trading him, the Warriors gave Steph his biggest contract yet, worth $44 million. So, with the support of the franchise behind him, Steph put the entire NBA on notice. And over the next few years, he turned the Warriors franchise into a dynasty, winning 4 rings, and he's not done yet.
Oh man, the rebound always got good stuff. His edits are really funny too. If Steph Curry went to the Bucks and they still had Giannis, oh my God, bro. I'm just thinking like how many rings would they win with that team? Bro, if the Greek Freak still is like excelling at his game and you got Steph Curry shooting from the parking lot, man, that's a tough matchup for a lot of people. I gotta say though, I was never a Golden State fan, but I do appreciate good game. And Steph Curry got game. He got game. So, and he's changed the whole landscape of the NBA. Everybody and their mama is shooting threes from the parking lot. It's kind of like, on one hand, it's cool to have that much impact on the game. But on the other hand, it's like, bro, a lot of people don't need to be shooting threes like that. I'm more of a guy who liked the era of just really fucking lethal shooting guards who can take you inside and out, shoot threes occasionally, but for the most part, dunk on your head. I just gotta give credit what credit's due. But you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Miami Heat. To the day I die. It's Heat for life, man. But hey, it's all good. Jimmy Butler and his hair extensions are gonna take us to the promised land. Mark my words. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next reaction video. Peace!